Optiques, we're making you picture perfect with exclusive eyewear such as Beret, Valentino, Mickley, Christian Dior.
Optiques for the most exciting, exclusive eyewear in the desert.
Optiques, Desert Fashion Plaza, Palm Springs.
From A to Y, AdRays in Ventura is your hot summer savings store. Check out fantastic deals on everything from major appliances to personal computers. Like this Panasonic EasyPhone answering machine and cordless phone in one high-tech unit with call screening, speed dialing, and more, now just $146.90. Or this Panasonic double cassette tape player with AM/FM stereo. It goes where you go. And during AdRay's end of summer sale, it goes for only $68.90. Hurry to AdRay's in the Victoria Shopping Center, where there's more in store for you.
So 26 plus years in front of the camera, working at studios all over the country, from New York to LA, Chicago, Miami, other countries. I learned what people need and want in front of the camera and behind the camera. That's one of the reasons we wanted to create Shear Media Studios.
A well thought out act. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Rhonda Shear. Do it, Rhonda. How is Rhonda Shear? She is so good, she bends all over the place. Pat, what do you think of Rhonda?
She's so loose, she could make love in 2 different time zones, but I would give her a 9.
A 9. That's a good score. Jack.
I tell you, if I could do that to my body, oh my goodness.
An 8.
I give her an 8.
An 8 from Jack Youngblood. Jody, a 10. That gives you a 27 points. Thanks a lot. That was great. All right.
Stuck at home and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live.
You know, they say blondes have more fun, but is there a downside? Well, today, blondes who say they're sick and tired of men treating them like sex toys just because of the way they look. And joining us today is Charlene Zadone, who just made headlines in Las Vegas as the focus of a real-life indecent proposal. Also with us is the blonde bombshell from USA's Up All Night, Rhonda Shear. Charlene, let's start with you. What happened?
Well, I was working at the Flamingo Hilton Health Spa. It was nothing that was a showgirl type position or anything like that. And I wore white Levi pants with a shirt, and I was a receptionist as well as attending there. And I was also being sponsored to Mattel as a Barbie doll, trying to do some work as Barbie.
You mean as the replica for the Barbie doll that we all grew up and played with?
Right, yes,
oh, okay.
That one. And so the Flamingo was actually helping me out in getting contacts. They helped me get a production tape together and send it to Mattel. And I was spotlighted on the news in Las Vegas as the Barbie doll. And apparently a high roller had seen me on the newscast and decided he wanted to sleep with me. So what happened is he went to apparently to a president of a hotel or a casino host and to other people until it could get to where I was actually working. They knew that I had something to do with the Flamingo because as I was spotlighted on TV, you could certainly tell that I had something to do with the Flamingo, which would be good for the Flamingo because they would have Home of Barbie.
Sure.
So unfortunately, it had gotten to my manager, and I was off this day, and he called me at home and asked me if I would sleep with this man for $10,000 that night.
Wow.
And I said, listen, I wouldn't do it for $100,000. I thought it to be a bit strange because this man had never called me in the past. And
you mean your supervisor?
Right.
Okay.
If someone had not shown up for work, it would be a girl there that would call.
Right.
They would not make any phone calls. So when I heard his voice, I thought it was kind of strange. But it really humiliated me that someone would call me and ask that I sleep with a high roller and that he pay me $10,000. And I would not carry the name of a prostitute for the rest of my life for $10,000, for $100,000, or for any amount of money.
Did it keep going and going and going, Charlene? What happened? What was the upshot of all this?
Well, I thought it was over with after I had refused him.
Right.
And so I did report to work on Monday. And as I reported to work, this man that had been very respectable to me, we've laughed together. We had a good rapport with each other. And he was very respectable. I had no idea that he would even do something like this. And so what happened was that he started retaliating against me.
Now, he is the supervisor.
He is my supervisor.
So obviously there was something, he was in cahoots with the high roller.
Right.
So, okay. And what was the retaliation? How did it affect your work at work?
Well, what happened is he started retaliating as far as he would yell at me in front of customers. Jeez. And he would treat me very badly. He told one of the ladies there that he had lost some money and how stupid I was, that I wouldn't accept this $10,000. And a lot of people might be able to accept $10,000 for one night, but not me. As I said before, I'm not a prostitute, and no one is going to prostitute me out.
Well, do you think that the prostitution came from the way he perceived you to present yourself? Where do you think that came from?
Well, when I was spotlighted on the TV show, it certainly wasn't anything that should be, sexy or anything like that. It was.
But you are sexy. We have to take a look at how she looks. She is sexy.
This doesn't make any difference how I dress, though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you don't have feelings and a heart and a soul just because of the outside of the look of the package.
Rhonda, you can relate to what Charlene is saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Have there been times where people have wanted something from you?
Constantly. It's a little different now that I have celebrity status and people know who I am, but there are other times where it's just the look. And people, Hollywood sort of did this to me in a way. When I first moved out here, I was a brunette with a different nose. But I went to my acting class and all the women were blondes, and I just thought this was the right thing to do, so I changed my hair color. It didn't really work for me back then. I was still thinking like a brunette. I don't have to.
Brunettes and blondes think differently?
Because I kept thinking, only because people think blondes think differently. And they kept saying things. I didn't know how to deal with it back then. This is 10 years ago. And I didn't know how to handle it, where now, a few years down the line, I'm not taking advantage of the way that I was then. Not that I allowed myself to be taken advantage of, people attempted to. I was definitely sexually harassed.
Really?
I had the casting couch scene.
This is after you did your transformation?
Yeah. I'm not saying that it wouldn't have happened as a brunette. I think it also, perhaps that I was new and green in town, but definitely as a blonde, I was chased around offices. I was chased down a hill by a car, and this is the truth.
But did
I
you
was held down in a situation that was very scary.
Held down physically?
Physically held down. I was able to scream and get away because it wasn't an office situation in the middle of the day.
Well, how does that emotionally feel for both of you? Does it feel like, well, then I better change my look?
Not
or
to
what?
me. Not
No,
to me,
Charlene?
because we do, because of the way we look. And by the way, I haven't had any plastic surgery to look like Barbie. This just happened. Children on the streets of Las Vegas have come up to me and said, "Oh, mommy, it's Barbie," or they will. There was always some type of a comment as far as Barbie. But let me tell you, because of the way I look and I present myself, I feel good about myself. And even children come up to me and love me and hug me.
Because they can really tell the real person.
Right.
You can't lie to a child.
Right.
And the same thing what I portray on television, you can't lie to your audience.
But so you're saying then that the outer is a lie and the inner stuff is
This isn't a lie. This is just the
Okay.
way we look.
Yeah,
and
it's a
we
look.
do have a heart, and we cry tears.
Yeah.
People think that we may not have problems with money, or we may not have any problems as far as emotions, or gosh, this girl looks like this and she probably has no care in the world.
It's
But
just
let
the
me tell you,
opposite.
we
It's
do.
harder to be a blonde.
Yes.
First of all,
Tell
just
me
the
about that.
upkeep
How
of,
do you deal with?
well, first of all, Marilyn, just the upkeep of
Yeah.
the roots is not easy. Nor is it cheap. It's not easy.
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't notice that the two of you are dressed similarly.
I know.
Did
And
you do that on purpose?
We did not.
Is this what blonde women wear, like leopard skin? Am I missing something?
I'm not sure if I'm a Dalmatian or a leopard, though.
I'm the leopard. We figure she would be the Dalmatian, but we're both pets.
You know what I find is that, we should, men coming on to blondes or that whole thing is, they might be attracted, but really and truly, I think they're more intimidated by the look or the Barbie look. It's scary to a guy. I find that when I'm in the grocery store and I'm dressed down without the makeup and the hair straight, I have more men that feel like I'm more approachable, and more vulnerable. So they're actually a little bit intimidated by the whole glamour look, which I happen to just like. I'm a comedian, and that's what I play on television is the stereotypical blonde. That's my image.
But how does that really, tell me from the heart, if that doesn't coincide, if people think from the outside you're kind of bimbettish.
But I love it.
How
Wanna
does
hear
it,
a story that's
but
the
how
best?
does it fit in the inside of you both?
Sometimes it hurts. Only
Talk
like
to
I
me
was
about
recently I was doing something for USA Network at the US Open, and I was sitting in front of two women who started totally like bashing me. I could hear what they were saying. They were snickering and what a bimbo and she must be dumb. And I could hear it. It hurt because I wanted to turn around and just like slap them.
Do you both get that a lot?
Wait, let me tell you what I did. I had an upshot. They were interviewing me on the air.
Yeah.
So right about then, a cameraman came up with the interviewer, and they started talking to me. And they were also, after they finished sort of trashing me, they started saying, "Oh, it's great here being at the U.S. Open. There's great men. There's single men. I'm looking for a husband." So I had my just rewards. This is what I did on camera. The guy came up and started interviewing me, and I said, the U.S. Open is great. It's a great place to be. See, you see celebrities, great tennis. And, you see these two women behind me, they're looking for a husband. You see these two, and it was just great because they thought because I looked this way that I was dumb and there was nothing going on. In the meantime, it was just wonderful to get, yes, it did hurt, but I was able to get back at them on the air.
Come back with me. Hold with me. Let's talk also from the heart about, you present yourself as really pulled together ladies, but we've got stereotypes. And some of that may be like a knife in your heart. Stay with me. Stay with me. Next, we're going to have blondes who say women like Charlene and Rhonda give all blondes a bad name. We'll be back.
It's Rhonda Shear. Remember me from USA Up All Night? I know I got you through puberty. Admit it. Well, guess what? Now you can find me on cameo.com/Rhonda Shear. You can book me and I will send you your own private video message. You're going to love it. Or you can send it to anyone you would like. I would love to do that for you. So check me out at cameo.com/Rhonda Shear. And remember, from the keeper of the sizzle kiss, if it's Rhonda, it's up all night. Nighty-night from your bedtime buddy. Ooh.
From A to Y, AdRays in Ventura is your hot summer savings store. Check out fantastic deals on everything from major appliances to personal computers. Like this Panasonic EasyPhone answering machine and cordless phone in one high-tech unit with call screening, speed dialing, and more, now just $146.90. Or this Panasonic double cassette tape player with AM/FM stereo. It goes where you go. And during AdRays' end of summer sale, it goes for only $68.90. Hurry to AdRays in the Victoria Shopping Center, where there's more in store for you.
me now are two women who say that ladies like Rhonda and Charlene give blondes and women a bad name. Joining me now are Heidi and Mari. Thank you for being here, ladies. Two blondes, by the way. What do you say to this, Heidi? Why are you saying this?
Well, I think it's irresponsible because, it's all about women having choices. I'm all for that. But it's very limiting because we go out in the workplace and we want to be taken seriously with what we do. And I think women like that perpetrate negative myths about women.
But look at the way you're dressed.
Well, but you know what the difference is? I don't do it for a living.
Well, I don't do it for a living either.
You're a Barbie doll.
Well,
you're a Barbie doll.
No, they were sponsoring me. I wasn't yet, but I was at work in a pair of Levi's and a shirt.
Right.
So that still would not have anything to do with the way.
So you're just saying that, but any person who's blonde, who could be on television or in magazines, basically is putting pressure on your life.
Definitely.
That's what you're saying. Well, Barbie doll. I mean, I hate to say, but we live in a world where we all read all the magazines.
Rhonda, let me ask you something. How do you feel about young girls growing up and they see you on, they see you tit jiggling? What else do you do? And they
That's
think
not what I'm. Okay, wait a minute.
They're
Watching and listening a little bit more.
Wait a minute. There are millions of children out there playing with Barbie dolls today, and their parents allow it.
Okay,
These Barbie dolls
but you know what was great about Barbie, though? Barbie, if you notice, even back in the 50s, Barbie was a working woman, which is pretty amazing.
And I'm a working woman as well.
But Heidi, these ladies are working women. These ladies are working women, but you're saying they're portraying women.
They use their looks and their bodies. It's their right. It just makes it harder for us when we have to go out to meetings. If you look at the way
Barbie dresses, she dresses just like I do. And the parents are letting the children play and dress these Barbie dolls in the same way.
Yes, but we're talking about dolls. I'm talking about reality.
Yeah, let's go back to
we have in our world today.
Do you think you're very representative?
Well, let me talk, and then I'm a college graduate. I ran for public office in New Orleans. I was accepted to law school as this look. I might have been a brunette, but I always had big hair and lots of makeup. And it doesn't matter what you look like. It's what you use. And if people really believe who you are and you believe in what you are, you can do anything in any way you look.
No. Let me let Mari jump in here. Mari, how has being blonde for you made your life more difficult? These ladies are saying it's fine for me. It works for me. How has being blonde made it more difficult for you in this world?
Well, as far as like Rhonda's show, she portrays a bimbo character.
No, I don't. You're not listening very carefully.
But let her finish. Go ahead.
Well, then you don't listen.
Go ahead. Mari, let's talk about what's hit you. How has you been affected?
It just seems like that men think you're going to be a bimbo.
Yeah.
Just because you're a
and
blonde.
Party girl.
Because you're a blonde and because the way you dress.
Is that true, women?
No. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that you have It doesn't matter how you look. It's who you are.
Who you are inside.
And also, I know in my show that we talk about safe sex because kids do watch the show, and it's done in a light way because we are just entertaining. The fact that I have a glamorous look, not what you're talking about, and it's clever. I'm a comic, but I can get a lot across because kids will listen when you do things in a humorous and a light way. So I totally disagree. As a matter of fact, my look has worked for me more now as a blonde with big hair than the other way, because I didn't feel comfortable the other way.
In all fairness, though, Charlene got propositioned as a prostitute. Now that says that's not that Charlene is a prostitute. But what I'm wondering is if then that there is some kind of image that men in society have that if you dress like that somehow you're open bait. Is that true? Do you get that, Mari?
I think
do you dress sexy?
People shouldn't judge anybody for what they are or what they dress.
But we do.
That's just a reality.
That doesn't give someone a right to retaliate against someone because they didn't allow they didn't accept this.
It's
charge.
their ignorance then. I mean, I think that it doesn't matter if you're blonde or brunette. I think that people, if they have an image and that's what they want and what they think is attractive, it's not right. But we're not going to stop this. We're not going to stop it.
Now, Heidi, you were approached by Playboy, is that correct? To do a layout?
Right.
And what about that? They picked you because of your breasts and your hair?
The audience is laughing. I want to know why they think that's so funny.
Well, what about that? Did you find that surprising?
No, I mean, it happens to me all the time. When I used to work in the music business,
I wonder why we find that surprising. Would you think that these ladies would be more prone to being in Playboy? Well, Rhonda haven't you posed for Playboy?
I've been in Playboy 3 times. First with my clothes on,
And I got in tons of trouble. I was actually pulled out of being the Floral Trail Society Queen in New Orleans. Just because of the connotation of being a Playboy. I actually sued these people because it was wrong. And then by my choice, because I became a comedian, I wanted to do something called Women of Comedy because people were stereotyping me that I couldn't look like a comic just because I was blonde, big hair. Now I can't be a comedian because of the way I look. See, I don't believe anything. I think that you can do anything that you want.
Let me ask all of you, everybody here, do you feel more sexy and more, as a woman, more comfortable when you are looking sexier? Do you feel better as a woman?
I feel comfortable the second I slap on about a pound of makeup.
So without it, okay. So you feel you're more womanly with this stuff.
I think,
what about
actually,
you, ladies?
I get teased. My boyfriend says that I am so nice and sweet in the morning without any makeup on. And then the second I put on my makeup, I'm like, so I think that's any woman when we get dressed and feel good. We have our comments when we put on our favorite outfit.
I don't go out without my makeup on.
Do I need? No, I don't need it. I don't need it.
I feel good.
I feel confident with it, but that's just, that's just my feelings of
But
looking
don't you
good.
think that if you focus more on your mind, then maybe you wouldn't feel better that way?
I focus on my mind too. I do all the
I
things.
was in law school.
Mari, what's the most difficult thing that you have here listening to Rhonda and Charlene that upsets you?
It's
About
just that
this.
growing up, you have to, when you see the images of the women, like when I was growing up, Farrah Fawcett, Daisy Duke, and that's what the men went for. And we have to live up to that. And some women just don't look like that. It's very difficult.
Different strokes for different folks. I think that men or women are attracted to all different types.
Well,
all
is
different
there a
looks.
specific kind of guy that would be more attracted to a woman who potchkis herself up? Much more nice word, potchki.
I like
You know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
Is there a certain kind of guy? Do you feel that when you're more dressed seductively and more with your hair bigger or fancier, that a different kind of man is attracted?
I think
For
that guys
everybody.
like you better when you're dressed down. That's what I've been doing.
I
I've been
think so
staring them all for
too.
years.
Well, Heidi agrees with you there.
I think so too. I think what you attract is you also attract someone who's really interested in the superficial. And then when you open your mouth, they say, oh my God, you have a brain. No, I have to go away.
So maybe
immediately.
they get scared by Rhonda or Charlene if they really get to know them.
And sometimes that's
we dress like
intimidating.
this
No, it
because
is
this is
intimidating.
us. This is
how I
feel
like.
good.
I don't look good in a big sacky dress. I mean, I'm 5'3". I don't really look. I know what I like, and I just can't help
And
myself.
you can perform better during the day,
Right.
your job, and everything when you feel good about yourself. And
No,
this is
that's
just
true.
how I
That's
feel
true.
about myself.
I mean, now today.
But that doesn't make me a prostitute, or that doesn't mean that.
But
anyone
in
can
our
do anything.
society, somehow that objectifies.
And it's
But
wrong.
they stress
shouldn't judge
working
us at
out.
all.
They stress everything
yeah.
is like being in shape. What are we doing all this for if we're going to just all like get underneath the blanket and just show our eyes?
Would you be able to step out without this stuff on?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Would you feel safe without that?
Yes.
Well,
It's feeling safe.
Charlene said,
I dress up every day. I get up in the morning, I take my shower, and I put my makeup on. I never go out of that
Heels.
house without
Always heels.
Heels.
I get
don't care if
cramps in
I'm going
tennis
to
shoes.
clean my house.
Okay, but you don't wake up like this. This takes a while.
I out because that's how I
anybody in
feel
the morning.
good. But I can too.
Now, Mari, I noticed that you're looking at Charlene and you're just kind of aghast. Any thoughts about that? I mean, do you feel like you could get close to women that looked like Charlene or Rhonda as friends?
She's beautiful. Look at
Yeah,
her.
she's gorgeous too.
She's
What
got
were you
long
saying? Go
hair.
ahead.
I just think there's a little bit flashier image. I don't really.
By the way, we didn't concoct this up.
Okay, stay with me. Let's keep talking. When we come back, we're going to hear what brunette women, have to say. Don't go away.
It's Rhonda Shear. Remember me from USA Up All Night? I know I got you through puberty. Admit it. Well, guess what? Now you can find me on cameo.com/Rhonda Shear. You can book me and I will send you your own private video message. You're going to love it. Or you can send it to anyone you would like. I would love to do that for you. So check me out at cameo.com/Rhonda Shear. And remember, from the keeper of the sizzle kiss, if it's Rhonda, it's up all night. Nighty-night from your bedtime buddy. Ooh.
When you're the eyes and ears of a million people, Can't let your stomach get in the way. So I carry Snickers.
Roasted peanuts, milk chocolate, caramel. Snickers satisfies.
In the new Mazda Millennia, you'll find out what a luxury car costs when you're not asked to pay for a luxury division and all that overhead. The new $26,000 Millennia from Mazda.
We're back and we're talking to blonde bombshells who say, don't treat me like a bimbo. I'm more than that, more than my hair, more than my nails. You know, before we go on to our brunette here on the sofa, I just want to ask Heidi and Mari a question. Do you ladies dye your hair?
No.
Not at all. This
I
is
highlight mine a little bit, but I'm a natural blonde.
Okay, I was just kind of curious if you made it even blonder than it is. All right. Well, joining us now are Nancy. Obviously, she's a brunette. And Nancy, you've told us that you think that Charlene and Rhonda kind of reap what they sow. Explain that. What does that mean?
I think that you project a certain image, and because of the stereotypes that we have, people are going to react to the image that you project. I think that if I came out on stage dressed like you, flamboyant and fun, that I have a feeling, I don't care if I was brunette or blonde, that I would be treated differently than if I'm dressed the way I'm dressed today.
I'm having a great time.
I am too.
I'm not having a problem with this. It seems like everyone else here is having a problem with this.
We're having a wonderful time. Nancy, are you saying that then they're treated as like sex objects or like easy?
Because we're blonde?
Sure, because
Yes.
we're blonde. Sure.
Because that's what I think is implied in here.
Sure, I definitely do. I definitely, and you agreed. I mean, you just said you're having a great time, so obviously you enjoy the attention that you're getting.
There's nothing the matter with the attention.
Right.
And if it happens to be negative, which I'm sure that you, every now and then, I'm sure a guy may say
But I
something
thought
that you're
you
not
said
very
earlier that your
happy
attention
about.
that you got was negative.
No,
Right.
no. All through life, even as a child and growing up as a teenager,
But
as
you
a
were a
brunette with
brunette
a
as a
different
teenager.
nose.
Right.
And I was
Did you
curious
want
that-
attention all through life?
Oh, absolutely.
So this gives you more attention, right? Rhonda, have you, I'm sorry,
I
Nancy?
think it's how you carry yourself and what you project as a person.
Right.
I think if you walk down the street as a
Except
brunette or
Rhonda.
as a blonde, it's what you project, and it's the self-confidence you
But
project.
initially, what you project comes at us like with a,
Yeah,
gangbusters,
you over the
right?
But you feel like that you needed to dye your hair blonde in order to have that
No,
confidence?
I dyed my hair blonde because I was on a show which was comedy, and I felt that it went along with my character. I am an
So blondes
actress.
are character,
No,
comic,
for
make
me,
fun
from
of?
what I do on USA Up All Night, it's good for me. I don't know if it's good for her, for her,
But
for her.
before
for me.
USA, you were also doing that, you said, to
Yes.
get yourself
When
work.
I first came to LA, because there were so many blondes working, I thought that blondes worked more. Then when I went back to brunette, I worked more because I just became myself. Big brown hair.
Nancy, you
And a big
say
nose.
you say that men use blondes in their life as kind of maybe on their arm to make them feel really big and macho and manly. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that the men that I know that prefer blondes like the idea that they are not competing with the person they're with. That a blonde is, in their eyes, more vulnerable, easier.
But they are competing because what you're saying is that they're so big,
You don't agree with that,
bigger
no,
than
Stan.
life, then you actually are competing with the look.
Here, we have a
Right, and
comment
you're
here.
intimidating them.
No, I don't agree with her comment, and I have a question of Charlene and Ron. You know, prostitutes do dress and look like prostitutes when you see them. That's how they advertise their goods. And I know it's just coincidence that you girls look like the Leopard Sisters. If you wear that anywhere, you're going to draw attention, some good and some bad, because a lot of guys are
But it
jerks.
depends on how you deal with it as a human
But
being.
yes, but this blonde, this bimboism, if that's a good term to call
That's what it is.
it's more of something that you project.
You don't think that
Okay,
you just project, thank you. You don't think you just project it by the clothes and the hair and the nails and the appearance?
You're saying that it's just the look.
Right.
So if I do this and I pull my hair back, I am no longer a bimbo.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's a difference. Yeah.
I
I
am-
don't think
this
intelligence
totally
has
changes
anything
my
to do
look.
with it. I don't think intelligence has anything to do
I know,
with it. It's
but
more
you're
of a state
saying
of
the
mind.
look.
That the look is a bimbo.
And, yes,
really.
and if you dress down.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
As
Nancy,
far as
you,
the prostitute goes, anybody can be solicited. Okay, there are brown head, red hairs, blonde prostitutes, but when someone says no, and there's no way because she's retaliating and I shouldn't put a stereotype.
You're right. You're right. There are brown-haired
I have feelings, and I also I was so upset for a long time, and still upset over this fact that this man wanted to sleep with me, and my bosses retaliated because I wouldn't. And when I say no, I mean no. And all of us could be.
Let me interrupt you. I'm sorry, Charlene. I just was curious what Nancy may have felt about Charlene's indecent proposal. Did you feel bad for her? Do you feel like she brought it upon herself?
I saw the hard copy segment, and no, I don't. I think that anyone that's propositioned, that just shows men. But there was a segment that they showed where you were walking down the street in spandex pants, a little gold belt, and a skin-tight shirt.
But that's just
that's
what I feel good.
But do you not think that maybe that was drawing some attention to you that you didn't want?
That's what I feel like. It doesn't matter.
She is entitled to dress however she
sleep with anybody. That doesn't mean I read somebody fashion magazine
I agree that you should not have been propositioned.
To threaten my life or to do the things that they've done to me.
Well,
that doesn't give anybody a right to
not
do
at
that.
all. Not at all.
It seems that somehow it perpetuates it quicker. That's what I'm hearing.
We have a comment.
First of all, excuse me, what's your name right here in the light blue?
Mari.
Oh, Mari, you're contradicting yourself. Look at your attire compared to hers. Your skirt is just as short as hers. I mean, that's like the pot calling the kettle black.
It's shorts, actually. Yeah, no, I enjoy dressing this way. And I have also been propositioned. I don't think it's fair.
But I think if you're a woman, it happens whether we like it or not.
And it doesn't matter if you're blonde, redhead, brunette.
Or dressed down. It's not dressed down.
Then maybe it's not so much about the color of the hair, but the size of it and what we put on us. It seems to me that the size of our hair goes with the size of our breasts. Doesn't it seem like it works that way?
If a man's attracted to a woman, it doesn't matter what.
Always wear big hair because it makes your hips look smaller.
Nancy, did you once ever try to become a blonde? You're a beautiful woman. Did you ever try being a blonde?
Sure. One
You
Halloween
did?
I went
What was
out
that? What did it feel like? How'd that feel?
Actually, it was a corporate party, and I had been a brunette all day with the same people. Went in, put a blonde wig on, black leather, and the exact same people that had walked past me without any acknowledgement were all over me.
Well, listen to this. We're going to get back to that because next we're going to find out what happened when a brunette from our own staff went undercover as a blonde for a day. Stay tuned.
From News Center 4, this is your 24-hour news service.
Hello, everyone. The Republican mayor of Los Angeles today endorsed Democrat Dianne Feinstein. A new poll shows Feinstein beginning to pull ahead of Michael Huffington. And the White House gunman still isn't talking, but a note he left behind indicated he thought he'd be killed during his attack last night. A full report at 11 o'clock.
Chopard Casimir, the enchantment of the moment. First at Nordstrom.
After Automobile Magazine named Plymouth Neon Automobile of the Year, there just isn't a lot left to say.
Like living in the body of a blonde bombshell? I don't know, but we did send our associate producer, Jill Dictro, hi Jill, out to get a flavor of if her world was turned upside down or if she felt differently or if the world perceived her differently when she was kicking butt with this blonde hair and big boobs. Tell me, Jill, what was this like for you?
It was such an experience. It was completely different than being a brunette.
Really?
I got more attention if I walked down the street as a brunette naked. I wouldn't have gotten any attention. this wig and the boobs, and I felt very sexual. My voice probably went up like 6 octaves. I didn't even know I could speak like that.
Did you like? I saw you yesterday when you came in. I mean, I can't tell you. I went, Jill, hello, but you were going like, excuse me, you were going like this, and you were touching yourself, and you were walking differently. What did you enjoy that feeling?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was very feminine. It was very sexual. It was. I felt like it wasn't me, so I was allowed to do that.
Okay.
Because normally, if I did that, someone would probably report me, and then I'd end up, and then we'd have to talk about it. But with the blonde wig and the boobs, I was ready to go.
Oh, here we're seeing your. Yeah. Now, what's going on? I mean, how did you like this attention?
I like this guy was looking at me, and I actually said, "You're staring at me, aren't you?" And he said, "No, I'm not." I said, "Yes, you are. What are you staring at?" And he said, "Well, I'm kind of staring at the package." I said, "Are you staring at my hair?" He goes, "Well, kind of." And then I said, "What about these?" And I pointed to my boobs. And he said, "Well, it's just the package. You're so, you're pretty." And I kind of strutted around, and
were they treating you funny differently than they would have ever treated Jill Dicktrow with brown hair?
I never got so many second looks, third looks, fourth looks. It was the blonde hair. It was very striking. Yeah. There were so many men who were just wanting to say hello, smile. I did.
Wow. Was it demeaning at all? Did men talk down to you in a way they would not have talked to you before?
Absolutely.
Really?
They thought I was. They did think I was a prostitute.
Really?
They thought
because you don't look at Jill. You have like a nice plain gray sweater on with a tight black but not too short skirt.
They thought I was really looking for a date. They thought that I wanted something. This guy from the DWP was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "What are you doing looking at me like that?" And he said, "Well, this is what you are." And I said, "I have to tell you something. We're doing an experiment, and if you saw me with brown hair, I would have kicked your butt right now." But because of blonde hair, I was like allowed to be perceived in that image.
But it sounds like, well, first before I ask you that, what were those breasts made of, Jill?
They were socks and tissues, and the nipple.
You had a nipple,
right? The nipples were like very tightly pressed tissues that were like wet a little bit.
No, she just found something new. But Jill, what's interesting about what happened when you came back, at first you went out like a lark, and you came back kind of furious.
Yeah, because you know what it was? I was really exhausted. Yeah. And I don't know how you women do it. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. After an hour, I wanted to get it off. I wanted to be myself. I wanted to fade back in the crowd. I had enough. I didn't want anyone to look at me, because the minute I put this wig on, everyone was like, it was all over. I was literally at a stoplight. Yeah. And usually you want to get
going through your head, because you know why? All of a sudden, you were allowed to play Jill.
No, go ahead, Heidi. Go ahead, Jill. Do you really think that it was just because of the blonde wig? Don't you think it was the whole package? I mean, it was the outfit, your tissue paper,
it wasn't sexy. But you know what? It went from the hair, and then it went to the boobs, and then it went to the hair, and
exactly.
It was. I didn't know. It was just like a little of everything. I mean, I'm at a stoplight, and usually you want to go from one point to another. And I got like 4 looks. I'm like, what is this? I never, as a brunette, ever had anyone look at me as their person.
Yeah, I think it was the tissue. Now, what about, we're talking about the men's reaction, and here we have all women up here, Nancy or whatever, everybody. What about women's reactions to blonde bombshells?
I actually, on the street, the only women that would give me the time of day with blondes, and they gave me such dirty looks because I was their competition. The brunettes didn't give me the time of day. The Black women didn't even look at me. They knew I was there, but it was like they couldn't be bothered. But the blonde women felt like I said I was their competition, looking at me like, "Oh, you think you're prettier than I am? You're not." With the lip up, ready to go, ready to.
So Nancy, when you were blonde, did you also feel there was more of a competition between women?
Yes.
That's an interesting statement.
And because when I'm brunette, I feel like it is walked by.
I've got something to say.
Go ahead, Charlene.
Yeah. When I was filming one day in Las Vegas, on Las Vegas Boulevard, the film people were saying, "Okay, now this is what's happening," because people would always say people are looking at you, but I could never see people looking at me because they say it's not polite to stare at someone. So they said, I'm going to show you what happens behind your back. Mm-hmm. So they had a camera, and I was walking down the strip, and people would just walk normally, and I would never know that they were looking. They'd turn around, women, young, old, children would all turn around. Some women would pop their husbands. But but the women were really turning, or someone would.
But do you think they were turning either in like in a demeaning way towards you, like putting you
not
down?
at all. The whole package it's just because it's a little bit out of the norm. How if you look around an audience and how everyone dresses, not everyone's wearing leopard.
Right. And not everyone wears much makeup and a lot of hair.
Right. And so that's a little bit out of the whatever the norm is. That's all.
Let me have a comment here.
Okay,
Yes,
I have a short comment. Okay. For Heidi, if everybody walked around looking the same way, there would be, everybody can't look the same way. They're unique and they're their own person, so they can't walk around, trying to please everybody. They're pleasing themselves.
No,
like
I think that's great, but don't you feel as a woman that when you see women like that, it just sets all of women back a little bit because it's very limiting in choices.
Well, you know what? It may do that. It may be that sociologically it does, but what we're going to find out what the men have to say in the battle of the blondes versus the brunettes when we come back. Don't go away.
Are you sexually confused? Do you have questions and doubts about your own sexual feelings and being? Give us a call, 213-460-5065.
Something of this scale, I mean, more than 20 new bands at a shot. That's a fair bit of work, am I right? I mean, it's like Mick always says to me, we do it for the love, man. Zeppelin 72 was nothing like this. All shiny and unexpected, like. There's a whole magazine in here. I can read, you know. What do you think, I'm daft or something?
The Senate race and a new poll. The story at 11.
It's 1954 at the University of Milan, and a young man gets a C in mathematics, which causes him to lose his scholarship and take up sidewalk drawing, which spawns a worldwide movement in art that inspires a burgeoning painter, which leads to the opening at the museum that caused the traffic jam that's making you late for work. With all that can go wrong in your day, isn't it nice to know you can depend on your Honda Civic?
It's Halloween Monday on a spooky Fresh Prince, and everything goes haywire.
I love you, Snookums.
And we mean everything. Fresh Prince, NBC Monday. Halloween Monday on the scariest blossom ever. The only thing more frightening than ghosts is Joey doing the laundry. Whoa! Fright Night on Blossom, NBC Monday.
So do gentlemen prefer blondes? Well, we've got two gentlemen with us. Joining me are Brian and Mike. Hi, guys.
I know.
Brian, who do you prefer? What do you like?
I prefer brunettes.
Why is that?
A long time ago, let's say 4 years ago, because I'm not that old, I used to date the flashier blonde, big-breasted women. Nice bodies, of course, nice bodies. And not that that's bad, but I just...
So you dated women that kind of looked like Charlene and Rhonda?
No. I dated...
Not as beautiful. Look at you. He's a blonde. He's a blonde. He's a himbo. He's a what? He's a himbo. What's a himbo? It's a male himbo. Yeah, he's blonde.
He's a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy.
So maybe he was not looked at if he was with someone like a Rhonda.
Put it this way.
But if he was to get hurt from a
Put it this way.
From a brunette.
My hair
yes.
is not paid for.
Oh.
And I have I'm not cutting people down if they want to do it to themselves, but you're on the show, and I'm expressing what I
Oh, those
like.
perfect streaks. Yeah, you're sitting there with lemon juice.
When you look at Charlene and Rhonda versus Nancy and Jill, what goes through your head about these women?
Competition.
Versus-
Educated, classy.
Okay. So even though you know that Rhonda is
Has
a
a college
graduate.
degree. You're right. Now I heard that when I was
Okay.
backstage. I did hear that.
Okay.
So in other words, if you're blonde hair and your hair is tinted, and a little tease, therefore you cannot be educated, and you're just dumb, and you don't have class.
I'm giving you,
and
the
you don't have
society.
money.
If you ask me if I find you attractive, yes, I find you both very attractive. Would I?
Thank you. Brian, you do think that's a turn on. Wait. You do think that that's a turn on because obviously this is what we've known in our world to be men's sexual fantasies.
No, you look at like I said, they're attractive, but these people these women, I'm sorry about that, they have a stereotype that goes along with how you're dressed and how you look. And I don't know if you dress like this all the time.
You
so-
dated one
But
that was
wait a
just
minute.
like us.
No, wait, I'm sorry, but
You said with the big
No.
hair.
Wait, he's saying that if you dress a certain way, you are not classy and you're not educated.
What's your education? Brian, how far are you educated?
I have
Tell
a
me.
master's degree in physical therapy, thank you.
Wait,
He's a blonde. I deserve that.
But how ignorant is that to put on someone just because they look a certain way that they can't be
You
educated?
know what? You can't
judge
judge
someone.
I think it is ignorant, but you know
I
what?
bet you I make more money
But
than
you
you
know
do.
what, Rhonda? It is societal. It is societal. It's about what is in society that we do make stereotypical judgments about when you're dressed like that. Let me jump in here.
What you
Go ahead.
look like, we need to be educated then.
Well, that's why we're doing this.
We need to be educated because if this is what people are doing, there's something severely wrong. I'm going back to what I said in the beginning. Magazines, television shows, films. What are we going to change everything?
It's not their fault that this is a sexist male society.
Thank you
Okay?
so
And if you
much.
resent them because their looks get them places,
right?
Then you're insecure about your own looks.
Is this
okay?
your type? Is
How
this
many
your
of
type?
us- look, very few of us are lucky enough to have our looks get us places and make life easier. Okay,
Or
life
their
is
looks
hard
don't
enough.
get them
Okay,
places. I
What's
think
that?
they have just as many doors shut as they do open.
But they choose to look this way. They choose to
Everybody
open
has their
certain
own.
doors.
Right.
Well, Mike,
So-
I think you have a good point. What about you physically sitting next to these ladies? Is this something that you're attracted to?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I feel more comfortable.
Is there? That's sexist. There's something sexist about that.
Now, who thinks I'm wrong?
But now we're all joking. We're all joking. And it's very cute. But
No.
is that perpetuating the stereotype? Is I've got two babes on my arm and he's got no brains. Okay.
He just downplayed the women. He just downplayed the women. He just downplayed.
I lost control. Notice how both of these two women have become unsupported. Wait, let Heidi say something, guys.
There you go.
Go ahead. Wait. My turn. Heidi, go for it.
Okay, but notice how both of you two have now become arm ornaments.
Exactly. They prefer to be arm ornaments.
Come on, what?
Any woman on my arm is an ornament. If a brunettes on my arm is not an
You feel more
ornament.
comfortable as an ornament.
Well, maybe it's about women always taking the role of ornaments.
No,
Maybe
I'm
that's
an actress. I am being playful. I am a comedian. I can play. There's nothing the matter with it. You are uptight, honey. Look at your smile.
Wait, let Mike have the last word here.
This is like a type of racism. You're against these people because of the color of their hair. You're
That's
discriminating
right.
against them.
It is true.
Putting them down
I'm
because they're so wrong.
You know, and I'm not a quick one either.
I mean,
Go ahead.
everyone wants life to be easier, and their looks get them places. God bless them. You know what I mean? How many of us can say that?
We're going to keep talking. We'll be right back. Well, more to come.
Do you have a story like the ones you heard on today's show? If you'd like to share it with us, call 213-460-5065.
So, boys, I'd say if you want to impress the ladies, just be your sweet selves.
Oh, that's a pun, isn't it?
Hey guys, I didn't know you had worked out.
Sure, because the M is for macho.
Check out my adenoids.
Flash some pecs.
I don't know which one's worse. Oh, thanks guys, I needed that.
Is that what you were going for?
Hey, she laughed.
Yes, she did.
Pathetic.
The AT&T One Rate plan has made long-distance prices simple. Whoa. Calls from home, a one low rate to anybody in America anytime.
What about those 10-3-2-1 ads that say I could save big over AT&T?
Most calls would cost less with AT&T One Rate.
Cost less?
Right.
I feel so used.
Hey, don't beat yourself up.
What about the big savings with 10-3-2-1?
Forget it if your calls aren't over 20 minutes.
20 minutes!
He's taking it really bad.
No restrictions, no games. The AT&T One Rate plan.
Hi,
Hi, it's Cleopatra Shear here for Snapple. I'm in front of the ninth wonder of the world, the all-natural Snapple Pyramid. The Snapple Pyramid is loaded with iced teas, fruit juices, fruit drinks, sodas, and sports drinks. Each and every one a unique and wonderful taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. But the best part is, you don't have to schlep to Egypt to try Snapple. Just pick one up at a store near you. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth, just like Rhonda.
My roots are hot. We're talking about blondes, bimbos. Is it the same one and the same or not? You've had a thought or comment, Alisa.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Well, a word that has come up more than once today is intimidation. And I think that these ladies are very much aware that they do intimidate a lot of people. And I feel that might be a protective device that keeps them a little bit safe inside if they have their claws.
She is 100% right. I started as a comedian because, I mean, that's what I sort of hid behind the whole hair and makeup and the image. You're absolutely right.
I mean, we live in Hollywood.
It's sort of I live in Las Vegas. But it's
I mean,
a mask of hair and makeup, and I use that, but it's part of my act.
But Mike, what about living in Hollywood? What do you
we
mean
live
by
in
that?
Hollywood, and image and appearance is everything, and people put so much weight on that, and that's
Is
not.
that good or bad?
Well, if you live in Hollywood and you want to work, you have to.
What is this Hollywood stuff? I
Wait,
didn't say
That's
I live in
everywhere.
Washington, D.C.
Go ahead. You know who my heroes are? You know who my heroes are? Madonna, Sharon Stone, and Nicole
You are
Smith.
so
Okay.
pathetic.
Let me.
You don't even date brunettes,
Listen,
first of all.
listen,
And second of
I
all,
dated a brunette.
You don't
Listen,
even look
listen.
good.
She's getting all on me. First of all, I dated a brunette for 2 years.
But
Okay.
can I tell
You
you
know where I
something?
lived
She
for those
didn't
2
make you look
years?
good. That's
You know
why
where I
you broke
lived?
up with her.
My
High-fives all
girlfriend.
around.
My girlfriend is
Yes.
probably the most beautiful brunette I've ever seen. Okay.
Yes.
And that's what lured me. That's what suckered me in. Okay. Then.
So you had bad experiences with
No,
brunettes, huh?
I was dating Marianne from Gilligan's Island for the first 6 months, okay?
Uh-huh.
Then when I
Is
let
this-
my guard down.
Is this about hostility, Mike? Wait, let me
What's that?
Jill, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me just let this lady say something.
I'm getting judged by saying I like blonde women.
Yes, you are.
Isn't that great how that
No,
works?
relationship, we sort of lure men in, and all women do, or men do. Okay, and then afterwards you become comfortable with that person and you change. That's human nature.
Totally.
We all change after 6 months.
Exactly.
But what this young lady was saying is that
Right.
intimidating, in a sense, then sets you apart and you can keep your distance.
That's true.
Okay,
Absolutely.
what do you have a
That's true.
comment?
Yeah, basically, I was born a blonde, and it's all about respect. And if you dress like that, they're not going to respect you. I'm sorry, and you get attention, but it's not good attention.
It's a great
And there's a
example.
time and a
Great
place.
example.
There's a time and a place to wear tight
But you
little
know what?
outfits.
I don't care what people think.
Yeah,
I
that's great. I
Thank
think that's great. I think that's fabulous. You know, live and let live. You know, if
I'm at a point in my life, financially and mentally, my family, what everybody thinks about me, I don't care what anybody thinks.
I agree. My turn. Wait. I think that in some form, Rhonda and Charlene, especially Rhonda, who's very talkative and very intellectual and very smart, has something more going for her. Unfortunately, a lot of women who do look like Rhonda and Charlene don't have much more going for them.
Right.
And that then is about selling ourselves as an object. I don't think you ladies are object, but you're also verbal, they're also smart, and they're also trying to make a life for
They're
themselves.
business
I think
women.
there's a lot of women who don't know that they have a lot of good stuff inside, so they use this as the only way. And that worries me. Okay, shut up, Marilyn. We have a question. Yes.
Well, I just wanted to say, first of all, I think Heidi has a problem, and
Poor Heidi.
because she's showing more cleavage than Rhonda ever.
Heidi, come here. Wait, Heidi, I can't hear you. Get over here.
The reason why is because the producers asked me to. The producers asked me to come to this show looking as sexy as possible. And this was as sexy as I was willing to look.
And you look lovely.
Well, I think that, okay, so what you're saying is you allowed them to make an object out of you.
right? Is that what you're saying?
No, not
Do
at
you
all.
dress like this yourself sometimes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I agree with other girls. It's about choices. I just think they make it a little bit harder on other women because they're perpetrating negative stereotypes.
But I think
Well,
you're
I think
agreeing with that,
I
aren't
think
you?
that no matter what kind of group you belong to, there will be people who perpetrate negative
Absolutely.
stereotypes.
That's right.
And I know that when
Absolutely.
I go into certain stores, people will look at me differently because
Absolutely.
they think I'm going to steal something.
Jeez.
But it's about how you carry yourself,
That's
and it's
right.
about what you have
Exactly.
inside.
That's right. She agrees with that. Good discussion. Thank you. And you know what? We have to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back. Don't go away.
We'd like to hear from you. Send your letters to Marilyn Kagan, Post Office Box 38775, Los Angeles, California 90038 0775.
I'd like to introduce a bigger and blonder Marilyn Kagan. Welcome to now.
Listen, we are we are often judged by the way we look. Hey, I'm still me inside, and that's what we all have to get to. But you do need to remember to carry yourself with dignity and respect no matter what you look like on the outside, because it's really about what the inside is. I feel pretty busty right now. Take care of yourself. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, it's Rhonda, and tonight it's just me and my favorite Snapple drink, Kiwi Strawberry Cocktail, a unique and wonderful taste sensation, all natural, no preservatives, no artificial flavors. And you know, you can expect an all-natural, unique, and wonderful taste sensation from all the Snapple teas, fruit juices, fruit drinks, sodas, and sports drinks. So give yourself a treat and hang out with a Snapple. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth, just like Rhonda.
Stuck at home and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's